Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like a stranger was staring back at you? Once upon a time, you were vibrant, passionate, and full of life. But now, everything feels dull and you're running on empty. If you're nodding along, know this. You are not alone. Losing your spark happens to the best of us. But the beauty of a dim flame is that it can always be reignited. Losing your spark doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, creeping process like a candle burning down until all that remains is a faint flicker. Sometimes it's the weight of exhaustion from giving too much of yourself without refueling. You wake up, drag yourself through the day, and somewhere along the way, you start remembering what it felt like to be excited about life. It happened to Meredith Grey when she lost the love of her life and questioned who she was outside of the heartbreak. It happens to so many of us when we pour ourselves into work, family, or relationships without stopping to ask, what about me? And then there's stagnation, the feeling of being stuck in a never ending loop where every day looks the same and passion is nowhere to be found. The world tells you to push through, to keep going, but deep down you know you lost touch with the fire that once drove you. It's what even makes the simplest joys feel distant, what turns dream into mere fantasies. But the good news? You are not meant to stay stuck. Your spark is still inside you. It just needs a little bit oxygen. The journey begins with a small intentional steps. Sometimes it's as simple as revisiting the things that once made you feel alive. Think of Rachel Green from Friends. For years, she played it safe, doing what was expected of her, until she finally took a risk and chased her dreams. Maybe it's time to ask yourself, when was the last time I did something just because it made me happy? Maybe it's dancing like no one's watching, painting, traveling, or writing in a journal. Whatever it is, give yourself permission to reconnect with what brings you joy. A change in environment can do wonders too. When you're surrounded by the same routine, the same people, the same energy, it's easy to forget that there's an entire world out there waiting for you. Sometimes the shift you need isn't just external, it's internal. Even a small change like rearranging your space or spending time somewhere new can remind you that life is still full of possibilities. And let's talk about movement. When you lost your spark, your body feels heavy, weighed down by stress and exhaustion. But movement, whether it's running, yoga, or dancing around your room, has a way of shaking off the dust, of reigniting something deep within you. Think of Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. Everyone doubted her. But instead of staying stuck, she threw herself into something new, something that made her stronger. And that's the power of movement. It reminds you of your strength even when you have forgotten it. Surrounding yourself with the right energy is just as important. Energy is contagious, and the people you spend time with can either fuel your light or drain it completely. Think of the friends and mentors in your life who make you feel alive, who remind you of who you are even when you can't see yourself. Those are the people who will help you reignite your glow. And if fear is holding you back, challenge it. The things that scare you most are often the things that will bring you back to life. Look at Jennie from BLACKPINK. She has always been a star. But lately, she carries herself with an unshakable confidence, an energy that says, I know who I am and I'm not afraid to shine. That kind of glow comes from stepping outside your comfort zone, from daring to live fully. When you start finding a spark again, everything shifts. Colors look brighter, music sounds richer, and you wake up with a sense of purpose. Life stops feeling like something you have to get through and starts feeling like something you get to experience. That's the magic of getting your glow back. It's not about becoming someone new, but about remembering who you've always been. Your spark isn't lost, it's just waiting for you to come back home to yourself. So, take a deep breath, take the first step, and watch how life starts to glow again. Because the world needs your light.